Hi, we're Ben and Hugh. We're from Venture Travel, and we're here today to speak to you about our entrepreneurial journey from being high school kids with setting up businesses to where we are now, which is Directors of Venture Travel, a online travel agency based in North Wales.
So when we were 15, all of our friends started to get part-time jobs and we didn't really fancy it. We thought there's got to be a better use of our time to make some money. So we sat down, started brainstorming, and we thought that with over 1,000 students coming to our school with money in their pockets to spend every day, that there was surely something we could do there. So we went to the local shop, we bought cans of Coke, chocolate, crisps, and started selling it. And literally that first day we sold everything we had. We made about £30 each, and we honestly thought we'd made it.
So we looked at where we wanted to expand this business, and we looked at where people go on a weekend and where 1,000 people would go, and they go to car boot sales and they go to buy things there. So we thought, well, why don't we go to pound shops? Why don't we go to charity shops? And we can then sell our products to people at car boot sales. It's going to be really easy. We were really cocky going there. We were 16. We didn't even have a car. And we didn't even take enough money to pay for the stall because we thought our sales would cover that. And we failed, and we failed miserably. We didn't make one sale that morning. When the guy came around asking for the money, our only option was to pack up our stall and run out of this car boot sale as fast as we could, because we literally didn't have a penny to pay for our stall, and we just had all this stock that nobody wanted. So moving on into sixth form, and I was 17 years old, and I was approached by a company to sell gas and electricity for them. They made it sound really simple. All I had to do was get a new customer to sign up, and the customer would save money and I'd earn commission off the back of that. So I was at my first client, which turned out to be a church, and they really liked everything I was saying, how much money they could save. And I told them to cancel their old gas and electric supplier, and my company would now take over supplying their gas and electricity, which they did. But one thing that I didn't take into consideration was the changeover period between the two, which meant that church was actually shut down for a month and had no gas and electricity. So it was definitely a failure for me.
So when I left school, all my friends were going to uni and I wanted to start a business, but the issue I had was I didn't know what I wanted to do. After a few weeks of researching, I found a furniture company in London who said that if I market and sell their products, they'll send it straight to the customer and I can keep a percentage of the profit. So it sounded like a no-brainer. I got all their products listed on our website and our eBay page, hit go, and literally within the first hour, the sales were coming in. A couple months in, sales were well over 50,000 and it was doing really well, but I started to get greedy and I wanted to make more money. I started to look for cheaper delivery suppliers and I found the cheapest in the UK. They had horrendous reviews, but they promised they could save us this much money, so we went with it. First 4 weeks was absolutely fine, but then the cracks started to show, and there was a couple of day period where this company had lost over 25 of our items, all scattered across the UK, and we'd lost everything. I think the Wednesday morning we had about 8,000 in the business account, and that Friday afternoon we had nothing in there, and I'd also lost all of my savings as well.
So you're probably thinking, why are these two people speaking to us about entrepreneurship? They are failures. And we probably thought the same. Hugh's furniture business had just failed. I just left university. And we both thought, well, the only other option is to find a job. So I went to work for a cultural exchange travel provider.
And I started working in our local travel agents.
And throughout this kind of time in full-time work, we started to save money, and we also started to realize that this full-time 9 till 5 job wasn't really for us. And we look back at some of our previous businesses. Had we kind of cut corners? Yes. Had we tried to kind of get run before we could walk? Yes. And also, did we give up too early? And the answer to that was yes. So we thought, well, what could we both do that could then be a business that nothing was going to get in our way and both of us enjoyed doing? And we were both in the travel industry.
So we decided we were going to launch our own travel agents, but it didn't take long until we came across our first hurdle. The license you need to sell holidays in the UK alone costs just over £100,000 that we obviously didn't have. But after more research, we found a company not too far away that said that they can help us get our license for 40,000. Now, we didn't have that either, but we thought it was a massive step in the right direction. So we arranged a meeting and they said they loved our business plan. They loved the fact that we were so young and passionate, the ideas we have, and that they really want to help us get a license. But we then had to break it to them. We couldn't afford the 40,000 and we could just about scrape together half of that. And it didn't go down too well, but after another sort of hours of negotiation, we finally got it down to 20,000 and we had our travel agents.
So we were really excited. We had a travel agents, but we had no money. And when I say no money, I really do mean £0. We put everything into obtaining the license to get a travel agency and to sell holidays. But we now had no money for marketing. We had no money for a logo, a website. We literally had nothing. So in the past, that would have been a hurdle that we wouldn't have been able to overcome. But this time, nothing was going to get in our way. So here's an example of our first logo. We basically typed in logo maker on Google, and this is what it gave us. And it's meant to be that from your phone, you'd fly straight off on a holiday with Venture Travel. We also then set up our social media pages. As you can see there, we've already changed our logo. And yeah, our Facebook page got 20 likes in the first week. And yeah, it was kind of a great free source of marketing for us.
So like Ben said, because we had no money, we had to turn to social media to market our business. So we started direct messaging anyone we could, celebrities, footballers, reality TV stars, just tell them that we have a travel agent and we want to book their holidays. This is a response from someone who said, that's the most entrepreneurial message I've ever received. As it happens, I'm looking for a week in the sun, and she ended up booking her holiday with us. We did learn about mistakes early on, though. We were all excited to start trading on our first day, and we noticed we had .com instead of .co.uk written on every one of our business cards and letterheads. And this actually cost us our heating in our first month. And we work in a converted garage, and it was absolutely freezing. We were coming in, sat in the office wearing hats, gloves, and about 3 pairs of socks.
So to where we are today, here's a picture of our converted office / garage. We've been featured in our local paper. We now have a fully functional website. We've got numerous celebrities, reality TV stars, and we've recently partnered with a company that sends footballers to Ibiza and other kind of celebrities. And we're now the exclusive hotel provider for them. And our Facebook page, you saw before, had 20 likes. It now has 750 likes. And we are on track to turn over £500,000 in the first year of trading. So what we realized throughout our kind of entrepreneurial journey is that our friends, the person sat to your left or to your right now, could actually be a key person that could help you with the business. One of our friends is an accountant. He helped us register with HMRC and all that type of complex stuff. Another one of our friends is a graphic designer. He designed our logo for us, and he also created this promotional video, which we are going to play for you now. So yeah, that was our first ever promotional video, and that was literally done with £5 marketing spend for our first kind of month of trading. So it is amazing kind of when you don't let anything get in your way or any hurdles. You know, this is kind of, you know, what you can create and achieve. And that is the end of our presentation. And if you have any questions, we would love to answer them for you. Thank you.